forced to marry the man who hurt me. By my own family. They say family is supposed to protect you. Family is supposed to be your shield when the world turns against you. But in my story, my family was not my shield. They were the ones who sharpened the blade and placed it in my enemy's hands. It began with a night that should have been forgotten. A night that left me broken, shaken, and forever changed. I went to the very people I trusted most, my own blood, hoping they would fight for me. Hoping they would defend me. But instead of wrapping me in love, they wrapped me in silence. Don't speak of it, they told me. What will people say? Their faces were cold, their voices heavy with fear, not fear for me, but fear of shame. To them, my pain was an inconvenience. My future, something to be traded away to preserve their so-called honor. And so, when the whispers began in the village, when neighbors started to ask questions, my family made a decision. Not for me, not with me, but against me. They said I must marry him. The same man who had taken everything from me. I remember the moment those words left their lips. It was like the ground crumbled beneath my feet. My own family, the people who raised me, fed me, laughed with them, were now sentencing me to a lifetime of chains. The day of the wedding was not a day of joy. The drums beat, but my heart did not. Women sang, but my spirit was silent. They dressed me in white, but I felt covered in shadows. Every step down the aisle was heavy, as though I was walking into my own burial. I looked around for a savior, someone to stop it. My father avoided my eyes. My mother wept silently, but said nothing. My siblings laughed with the crowd, pretending not to see my tears. And the man at the end of that aisle smiled as though victory belonged to him. When our hands were bound together, I felt my freedom slip away. When the people cheered, I felt the last piece of my innocence die. Life after that was a prison with no walls. Every day I woke beside him was a reminder of the betrayal, not just his, but my family's. I carried their silence on my back like a burden, and their honor like a curse. But deep inside me, there was a spark that refused to die. He could silence my words in public, but he could not silence my thoughts. My family could chain my body, but they could not chain my spirit. So I began to write. In secret, at night, when the house was quiet, I poured my soul onto paper. I wrote my anger, my grief, my questions. I wrote the truth that no one wanted to hear. Those pages became my voice when the world refused to listen. And slowly, writing gave me strength. I began to see that I was not the one who should be ashamed. It was not me who had done wrong. It was him. It was them. The shame belonged to the ones who betrayed me, not to me. One morning, as the sun rose and lit up the cracks of that broken house, I made my decision. I walked away. Not because it was easy. Not because I was fearless. But because I finally realized that survival was not enough. I deserved freedom. When I left, my family turned their backs on me. They called me ungrateful. They called me dishonorable. They said I had ruined them. But they did not realize, they had already ruined me long ago. What I found outside those walls was not immediate happiness. It was struggle. It was hunger, loneliness, and nights when I cried myself to sleep. But it was also freedom. And freedom, even in hardship, is sweeter than living in chains. Today, I stand stronger not because my story was easy, but because I chose to rise from it. To every girl who has been silenced, to every woman told that her pain is less important than a family's name, I say this. You are not their honor to protect. You are not there ashamed to hide. You are your own person, and your voice matters. True honor is in protecting the innocent, not sacrificing them. True family is in love, not silence. And survival, no matter how broken, no matter how scarred, is still a victory. Because I survived, I am free. And because I am free, I can finally tell my story.